You are listening to the Think Yourself Confident podcast. It is fascinating how people know exactly what they should be doing, but yet sometimes they do the reverse. They listen to their negative self-talk and get stuck in their own limiting beliefs. In this show, you will learn how to find confidence and clarity so that you can unlock your full potential. Imagine making money from your passion or reaching that dream that you keep pushing on the back burner. Nathalie Plamondon-Thomas is an 8-time international No.1 Bestselling Author and founder of the Think Yourself Academy, offering leading-edge courses, coaching, trainings, keynotes, and business mentorship programs. Welcome to the Think Yourself Confident podcast. Here's your host.
Hey, it's holiday time, and I thought I would do a quick series on traveling. A lot of people are asking me, as you know, I work really hard while I work, but I only work 8, maybe 8.5 or 9 months a year. So I'm gone a lot. And during even my work time, as I speak and I travel all the time, there's a lot of thing that I do in order to make my life easier, because being gone all the time, you need to have mindset tricks and sometimes physical tricks to keep sane while you're on the go all the time. So travel is actually great. It changes your routine, and when you're moving away from your comfort zone, then you're forced to make new connection in your mind to get used to a different hotel, a different environment, and this enhance your creative thinking. So if you are always at home at the same place, and you need to write a book, for example, or you need your creative juice, have a place else where you can go work and travel or go somewhere that really helps in rejuvenate or resource your creative thinking. So another benefit of travel, just before I get into my little tricks, travel experiences induce neuroplasticity. So that means that the brain regions associated to learning, to memory, to processing emotion gets really engaged when you travel. And that has a long-lasting effect on your own capability of thinking, of using your brain, using your memory, using your connection and your emotions. So that's really great for your emotional well-being. So just remember that travel is a good thing. You don't have to go far, just be in a different environment, and that really has a lot of benefits. So today we're talking about before you go. Very often we get stressed out before leaving on holidays. We absolutely need a holiday. We are usually tired and we're working harder to prepare everything. And sometimes we get stressed out. So switch that mindset of being stressed out to being excited and being looking forward to it, because you can manage, you can do it. Have you ever had somebody that told you that they won a trip somewhere? So pretend that it's happening to you. Pretend that somebody calls you and says, I'm giving you 2 tickets for a trip to whatever, the Bahamas, or a cruise, or to Italy for 2 weeks, all expenses paid, and you're leaving in 2 days. You're going to figure it out, right? You're going to be like, yeah, I have meetings, I have to rebook. You're going to work 24/7 and you're going to make it happen because it's something really exciting. It's maybe the dream of your life. You've always wanted to go there. So you're going to manage, and then you're going to do it. So pretend that this is happening, that the trip that you're going on, the holiday, is super exciting, because when you're excited for something, you respond very differently to the stress events that are happening to you. So before you go, make sure that you get excited, as opposed to treat the to-do list as a stress. So treat it as an excitement, as to, I'm excited because I get to go on a trip. So I'm going to do this, and I'm happy to pay that price to get to go on that trip. Make lists, obviously. So be organized. Brain likes order. So don't have everything in your head. So make lists, and make even different lists. Things that need to be done before you go, things that need to be packed, and meetings that need to be organized potentially, right? So book these meetings in advance. Like if you need to, as simple as getting your hair cut or your nails done before you go or whatever, book these meetings way in advance. If you know the date, already have your dates ready to go. So then you'll know that this is booked. And book meetings with people that you need to talk to before you leave, and book meetings with people that you want to connect while you're there. So I have 2 trips that I'm going to right now. One trip is a speaking engagement in Ontario, and I have a lot of friends there. And a lot of people say to me, oh, let's get together, and I hope to see you when you're in Toronto. Well, I've been pre-planning in advance when I'm going to meet with them, because I want to make sure that I see them. So if you book those meetings in advance, then you have better chances of that to happen while you're away. Otherwise, you're there, you forget to call, and all of a sudden it's last minute and the person's not available, and then you were in their area and you never got to see them. So book your meetings in advance. Another thing that I do regarding packing is I have everything in double. I don't unpack my cosmetic bag. I don't have to pack it because I have 2 toothbrush. I have 2 lipstick, and then 2 of everything. So that really helps when you travel a lot. So I don't have to pack the cosmetics all the time. And for the actual packing, the day before I decide that is going to be my packing day, which is usually 3 or 4 days minimum before I go. So I pack way in advance, and then I make sure that the clothes that I'm packing, too bad I won't be able to wear them in the next week. Sometimes it's even a weekend early, the weekend before I go, even if it's a week, 7 days in advance. So the night before I go to bed, I know that my packing days is the Saturday, for example. So I will tell my personal assistant in my head, while I sleep tonight, why don't you go do all my packing for me? You know the size of my suitcase. You know everything that I own. You know what clothes I prefer when I travel. So you go do all my packing. And when I wake up tomorrow after a very beautiful night's sleep, you tell me exactly what to put in my suitcase. And then 15 minutes later, my suitcase is packed. So use that method. And also, you can use lists as well. So sometimes I would just pack by day, and I would say, okay, I will be there for 5 days. So I need that many outfits. Which ones am I going to rewear? And usually it's like 1 or 2 pants for 5 days. And then maybe 4 tops, and one of them I rewear a second time, not always with the same people. So you can really organize your things and have things that won't wrinkle. So like travel with things that are easy to travel with, and have also a dedicated place in the house to put your stuff when you think about it. So right now in the bedroom downstairs, the bed is covered with things that I need to take with me on these trips. So I have 2 trips back to back, one in Ontario, and then we're going to Italy. So it's 2 different trips, kind of 2 different packing, but we are doing both back to back. So some of it I will ship in advance as well. You could do that. So some of it I will ship in advance. So I only have like a normal size suitcase, because some of it will stay there at my speaking engagement and I won't need to take it back with me. So that will be shipped in advance. So I don't need to use space in my suitcase for that. And on the bed right now, like I'm not leaving for another 2-3 weeks, but it is there. Things that I know already that are coming with me is already on the bed. So have this dedicated place in your house. Then put in your email signature I will be away from that date to that date. So if people see that and they had intended to contact you, they'll be like, oh, she's going to be away all month of August almost. So I better talk to her now. And when you set up your out of office assistant, if you're leaving on the Tuesday, set it up from the Sunday on. So on the Monday, the last day before you go, you don't have to respond to those fresh emails. So pretend that you leave a day earlier and set it up for much later. So if you come back on the 9th of September, put your out of office assistant until the 10th. Give yourself an extra day on each end before and after you leave. So people don't need to know that you're back, and people don't need to know that you're not gone yet. So make sure that your last day is for you to take care of your last minute stuff. If you need to go buy some contact lenses liquid or whatever, and not having to respond those emails of that day that will have just come in. They can think that you're already gone. So hopefully these little tips will help you. And then next time we will be talking about while you are away, what to do to keep your mindset fresh and enjoying your trip.
Are you an entrepreneur who's tired of trying to figure out what to post on social media at the last minute? How to create and plan content that can be used on multiple platforms? What are the best days and times to post? Download your free copy of a 1-month idea ready calendar for social media at www.thinkyourself.com/entrepreneur calendar.
Thanks for listening to the Think Yourself Confident podcast. If you heard something today that resonated with you, please connect with Nathalie at www.thinkyourself.com. And while you're there, make sure to download the 2-step proven technique for confidence, or book a free virtual coffee with Nathalie at www.thinkyourself.com/schedule. And remember to head over to iTunes and leave a 5-star review and share it with your friends. Let's spread the confidence around.